fellas.
Appreciate it, man.
I dig it. I dig all the cool vehicles that Jordan has too. I dig that for sure. I've always been, when I was and I could have, but I decided not to. But I have too many other toys. But I've always wanted a Corvette. When I was younger, my first car was a '67 Mustang, with the little old 302 in it. But
it was a V8.
Yeah, exactly, brother. and I said, all my uncles. 3 of them had white Corvettes. Anyway, how they got that, I have no idea, but whatever.
Hey, man. Yeah. So, first off, starting this, you can talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about. There is you talk about whatever you want. That right there was perfect. That's beautiful. But before we get into
what's
your name?
My name is Isaac Martinez. I'm from Waco, Texas.
Yeah?
Well, now originally from Marlin.
Marlin. A Marlin Bulldog.
Yes.
You got a Bulldog in the building.
For sure, yes.
You got a Bulldog in the building.
Hardcore Bulldog, for sure.
So, before we start this, right at the beginning,
yes,
and
sir.
if you want to promote anything, you want to plug it, do it. Knock yourself out right now.
Well, I know Saturday my band Los Roaches will be at Oasis, Caribbean Oasis in China Spring. We're doing a 4th of July thing, and then we're going to also, we're doing Mayberry's Tavern. I think we're going to do it outside on the big stage, and that's going to be the 9th, and then the 15th we're going to be at the backyard. Y'all know where the backyard is, everybody. And, of course, I used to do every Wednesday. I do my Broke Down at the Shack podcast, but this week I'm going to go ahead and do that one. I believe on a Tuesday, because I'm going to do the day beat to my second podcast, which is Two Guitars and a Mic with John Maxwell and Sam Kalunga. They are the other guitar player and the singer of Los Roaches. And anyway, and then I got another one that I talked to you guys about. I'm not going to tell these folks about it yet, but I got a great idea of what I'm going to be doing with local martial artists. But it's a cool podcast. And I've talked to several of them. And, of course, they're not going to be the same ones each week. But I got... As far as Central Texas goes, I got the top-notch martial artist, and we're going to be doing cool stuff. No martial arts. We're just going to be doing... that would be crazy. That would be crazy in my little studio. But I promise you'll dig it. You'll see them at their best right now. So anyway, and... what else? I also have the Shack Studio, which is a studio that produces podcasts, of course, music from all the best musicians here in town. I've been around for about 10 years, been in music about 35-ish, actually 37 years. starting off in church, and I'm still playing in church, so.
There you go.
Yeah. He's a little bit further ahead of us.
He's been practicing a lot longer.
Yeah, he's been doing it a little longer.
I just love it. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a comedian or a baseball player. But how I wound up becoming a musician. And,
when I was a kid, I wanted to be a comedian or a baseball player.
I promise you, brother. Well, here was the deal. I was raised in a small town, and from there we went to we moved to a ranch. My grandfather had 100 acres. And we were on that ranch. My Uncle Pete's family was on that ranch, and my grandfather. So I wound up becoming a country boy. So all my fantasies were big city lights.
Right.
And so that's what I wanted to, and being in a small town, especially in a Hispanic family, baseball 24 hours a day. That's what we did.
Yeah.
Football season, we're playing baseball. Baseball season, we're playing baseball. And track went hand in hand because we did track and played baseball. Right. And remember, did you play baseball sports too, brother?
Dude, let me tell you something. So all I ever wanted to be was a baseball player. That's all I ever wanted to be. The worst baseball player you've ever seen in your entire life.
What position did you play?
No position.
Oh, okay.
I made it 2 years. And I just remember my dad, the coaches, everybody just looked and goes, man, it's just not for you.
I hear you, brother. And you had somebody to tell you that.
I had the reactions of a tortoise. The ball would come by and hit the glove before I was swinging.
Right. I hear you guys. So what was your thing in high school?
Dude, if we played sports, I played football. Because I was a big
I didn't play that much football, and I was
I wish I wouldn't have. I'll tell you that.
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
Yeah.
I did play football though, but around the sophomore year, it sounds stupid, but it's just I wanted to be a baseball player, and they wanted me to. I was. Man, I hate to sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but I was pretty good because I was a quick lineman, but I was a lineman with footwork, and I was very quick. I could, I would did the spinning thing to go around the tackles. But so they wanted me to be a big dude. It's like I do not, because not at the same time when I was 13, I discovered guitars. Like I don't want to be a big dude like Meatloaf playing the guitar.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a baseball player, if not play music. And so I did that after college. When college came up, I knew I was not college level because my focus was too much on guitar. But I never let baseball down up till I had a bad knee injury in the fight. But I played semi-pro. I was always, whenever I knew music was number one, baseball was always number two. I just knew my role. I knew guys that my cousins were better than I was. Well, a couple of them. Not all of y'all. Just a couple of them were better than I was that were playing AAA ball. Yeah. And it's like, man, or playing college balls like I was not college material. Plus, I had long ass hair.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But anyway.
So when I was in high school, aside from playing that sport, which I wasn't a big fan. I mean, like I said, I was good at it.
Right.
But I was good at it, but I was good at it and didn't like it.
That's cool.
But you're saying the music thing, that's all we concert jumped the entire, like when the summertime hit and the summer tour started, that's all me and my best friend just went from one to the other, to the other, to the other. That's all we did.
I could never afford that. And now that I'm older, being around big crowds of people, it's not my thing, so I don't do that. I've only seen a handful of concerts in my life. Man. And I, my first one was Striper. Yeah, because I was a Deacon's kid.
Yep.
And of course, my last one I saw was just a couple of years ago. Was Los Lobos. I always wanted to see Los Lobos. Big fan of those guys. So.
I have an uncle that's married to a lady that, man, I guarantee you they've seen them more than any person I've ever met. They go to see. I mean, if they get within 200 miles, they're there.
They're a special thing to see. Yeah, that's why I went to go see them. And as a kid, I remember when I was learning how to play guitar, La Bamba was a song.
Yep.
And those guys covered it, but the song La Bamba that we probably hear the most is their version, because before that it was like my dad was older, so it was like when they were young. But no, like the La Bamba that we all heard, at least my era, because I'm 51 now, was Los Lobos. Mm-hmm. But then those guys are known to play like excuse me, I keep getting back from the mic. They're known to play like all genres, from like merengue and mariachi and corridas to regular the doo-wop rock, or just some kind of psychedelic stuff. I'm telling you, they're just wild.
Yeah,
they're not scared to pull the trigger on anything, because that's art. That's art till its fullest.
Yeah, they go. I mean, I'm telling you, man, they get within. I mean, if they get from Houston all the way up to Dallas, they're going.
Yes, I know. They're going. I hear you do. Well, that's kick-ass. Because they're from Cali. Yeah. But of course they have people from all over. But of course around Cali, that's their home state, and
right.
And pack stuff. So that's kick-ass, and people from Texas are digging it, because I do.
Yeah. Yeah. They go all the time, man.
How long have y'all been doing this show here?
Here like a month and a half.
Oh, here, yeah, a month and a half.
What did these show?
But then all together, what?
Yeah, so we started.
Months?
Yeah, because we've got 3 of them. So we started. The very first original one was October of 21.
Okay, cool.
So not that long.
Okay, but that's cool. But I dig the vibe already. Yeah. Like I said, I dig the way it looks, and I guess I'm just asking. So like, I guess it's almost like Seinfeld, like almost like what Seinfeld means.
Oh, show about nothing.
Show about nothing.
Show about nothing.
I love it though, brother. I love it.
We just this used to be a show, the one that we're doing now, which is We Made It. There used to be a show that we would try to like kind of put something on it, like, oh, it's going to be this, and we put in it. It never worked out.
I hear you.
We would go. It would be left all over the map.
Sometimes it's best to do that. Sometimes it's best to do that. And,
it's 3 dudes talking.
Dude, and also let me write that down. 3 dudes talking. Yeah. That's also a great name, but still, like I said, that's kick ass that you're at least doing it. Because here's the deal. I had a guy call me about yesterday. Matter of fact, he wants to do a podcast. That's like, well, kick ass, because I have some ideas to throw at you. Hope you don't mind. It's like, brother, I don't mind. I've been trying to tell you guys years ago. podcast is the way to go.
It is.
It is. And you know what? And people, I've been doing it for about 7 years, and I was a fan of Rogan. He's been out. I saw he was 9 years ago. He said he was legit 9. So I guess I was instantly obsessed with it, and not to mention I was a huge talk radio guy.
Yep.
So that was what I wanted to do. I knew I was going to try to make my way into talk radio. Go ahead.
You remember we used to share the parts truck? I'd always listen to one talk radio station. I knew when he had been in it before because it was on sports. Whenever I get back in the truck, I'm like, God damn it, guys. Then I had to swap it back.
Right. And my father-in-law also was a Mexican DJ for almost 36 years here at KOBJ with Ron Wood and all those guys. Not Ron Wood. Ron Hall. Excuse me. Ron Wood's Rolling Stones. That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, but like I said, but I've been telling guys forever that, if you have any kind of an idea and you want anyone to know about it, dude, really start a podcast. You got nothing to lose. You just got to figure out the learning curve as everything else in life. There's always going to be a learning curve.
Yeah,
but they're doing that's it. Just do it.
Yeah,
that logo that Nike had, they hit it right on the money. Right on the money. Just do it.
It's the one thing I get mad about the most, and it's the one thing that I think of the most. We originally that we had a guy on here. We had an original 3. One of them has since moved on, but we made the first episode, and I'm such a perfectionist about stuff. I was like, we need to practice, and we need to we'll record them just in case we hit gold.
Yes.
And we recorded the first one, and it was a practice. It was just and he goes, all right, great. And he took it home, and he called me later on that night and goes, all right, it's up. And I was like, nah, man. I was like, that was practice. And he was like, nope, it's up. He goes, we got to do one next week. He goes, because now ball's rolling now.
Yes,
and I was like, and I wanted to kill him
I hear
so
you.
bad. But then I look back on it now, and I'm like, God damn, I'm glad he did that.
You were so natural, probably.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just glad he did it because
you would have never.
We would have just kept going until it's never perfect.
I hear you, and I understand anybody thinking that for sure. Just like in music, you wouldn't want to just play. You just want to just get some guys together and let's go play. You gotta rehearse. I understand that too. Yeah. But the reason when I started doing the Day One live is because I'm a performer. I love to perform, and to me, I shine when the lights are on. Other than that, I'm a hard worker. Try to be a family dude, and I don't know about quiet, but I like to talk to people. But when the lights come on, I'm a different person.
Yeah.
I got my guitar on, and I'm a different person. Or even podcasting, I feel bad that I'm sorry I'm taking over talking.
Shit.
I love to ask you guys questions because you guys doing what my love is, and that's podcasting.
No,
I love doing it.
I'm glad somebody's talking besides me.
The reason I love it so much, and I've been asked this a few times about. He goes, did you start podcasting later when you built the studio? It's like, well, kind of, but the whole intention when I built my recording studio was to do podcasting. Yeah, and I'm blessed enough to have 4 booths. Well, 3 booths and a control room. And I'm blessed to have these little things that I've accumulated through the years. I have a cool crew. I have 2 producers, and then now with my new show, I have a couple of co-hosts. And that's it's just what I'm trying to say. And I pat myself on the back. It's a blessing. But I had a vision from the very beginning when I first built that studio. It was like, I'm going to podcast out of here. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And my wife, she's so cool to let me just do whatever the hell I want to. Go build whatever you want to back there. And she lets me do it. So
I tell Jordan all the time. I've got in my head. We talk about this all the time. I've got in my head 5 years what I want this thing to look like. But I can't explain it. I just know what it's supposed to look like, and we're trying. We're getting there.
The true basics you got right now, which is the cameras and the mixer and the mics. Bam, you're rolling.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Everything's up to you.
The hard stuff's been taken care of.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's it. And like I said, you got both you guys. both of you guys have voices, and both of you guys are smart young dudes. You can do all kinds of stuff. And I can see you have a Theo Von shirt. I'm a huge fan of him, and you know what I'm saying? You guys already plus got the kick-ass, well, I don't know what the hell that is. But I was a Lost Boy fan, you know. What can I say? You guys are rocking already. I dig that. And you got a cool location, too.
It's not bad.
Cool location.
Yeah.
And if you ever want to go mobile, I saw a kick-ass vehicle out there that you can sleep in and go mobile.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We
That's
actually
a huge camper.
Yeah.
we actually used to do until it got to the point where it just got to be such a pain in the ass. We would actually do them at different spots.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
before
what
we
I'm
had a
talking about.
set spot,
Yes.
we would like we did. If you look back on some of our episodes, we did them at my house. We did them at Garrett's place. We had a spot set up at his
Okay.
place. We would just move it around everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
That is badass. That's
But
what
I
I'm
got
talking
really
about.
tired of just loading everything up every time. Like,
Yeah,
God, here we
at
go.
the end of the day, it's not cute anymore.
Yeah.
I hear you. You know, and you know, and that's what right now. Well, I'm running through that right now. I turned. I had looked one way for a long time, and I decided to change things around. So I just tore it down, which broke my heart. I tore down the inside, or at least some of the seating and all that, and I redid it. I painted it black and at least for 2 guitars and a mic here. That's my biggest room. It's black and red after Michael Jordan, and then I moved my broke down the shack into one of my drum booths, which is maybe. Probably about from that line.
Yep.
This way, very small bit, like we're all looking at each other like, man, but you know, but I did something I didn't want to do, but I did it. Now I'm glad that I did it. So
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So on this the whole learning curve with the connecting everything, if we get any audio engineer guys out there, which I am as well, was that hard to figure out? Because I know for me, I have to YouTube the hell out of shit.
So luckily, the guy who I told you, the guy who's left us,
Yes.
he got us 95% of the way
Damn.
there. So he's a tech nerd. He's
Okay.
just one of those nerdy dudes that
Okay.
he sits down and that's what he loves. So I will say this till my dying day: without that guy, whether he's on this show anymore or not, without
Right.
that guy, we're not here.
Yeah.
Because I would have never figured any of
I
this
got
out.
you, dude.
So
Kick-ass.
he got us 95% of the way there. All I did was I started discovering stuff that he hadn't made it to yet. Where I would go, oh, wait, if you just do this, then you don't have to do this. And if you do, then, once it all came together, now it's easy.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I mean, once we got that figured out, we're good.
Man, exactly. That's the hardest part. Thank God it's not like the old days, because I would have never done it. Because back in the old days, when it was all analog and at least the audio and the digital part was strictly on the video. That would have just, because they would literally, at least on the audio end part, would have to get razors and slice. It's like that, that one of the back in the old days.
You're talking about
not the
syncing
real,
them
not the reel to reel, yeah, not the reel to reel, but the ones that look like the VHS
Yep,
size.
yep.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you had to literally like you do any kind of snippet, you had to literally cut it and tape it together. That would have driven me nuts. Digital, I love digital, and then, like I said, simple connection. Let's get to work.
So our original soundboard, our original like mixer or whatever,
yes.
it was a nightmare. The fact that dude figured it out, I was like, I wouldn't even got that far. And then I go, dude, God forbid you ever die in a car wreck. I go, I'm never figuring this out. I go, so we got to figure something. I go, is this how all of them are?
You talking about like the notebook or the notepad?
The one
or
I
whatever
gave
it was?
you.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I looked at it and I was like, that's like at the same knobs as like a CB radio.
Yeah.
Like, this is
All right,
this is really
Yes.
lo-fi.
Yes, yes.
I looked at him and went, we can't do this. I go,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what do we got to do? And he was like, well, there's one out there. It's pretty expensive. He goes, but it basically does it all for you. I go, get it. He goes, it's expensive. I go, get it. Like,
Get it.
It's worth it. It's
and that's
worth
what's
it.
over there right now.
It's worth it to do that. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it really is.
And
so.
it does it for you. Like we don't do nothing.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
You turn it up and turn it down.
So
That's it.
have you guys got like your audio when it's all said and done? So is it going right into your computer right now?
Going directly
Yeah.
in?
Okay, cool. That's the best way. I was wondering. I wonder if they're dumping it or
No, because when we first started, so we had the way the old mixer worked. We had
Right.
the audio on one track,
Right.
video on another. So then he had to go in,
and sync them.
sync them together, and do so. You had
Also,
to do
just
the clap
hard
and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's hard.
And so he did it the first time, And he goes, man, it took me like an hour, but I think I got it figured out.
Right.
And so then he could sing it together. It'd take him a couple of minutes. So then I go, oh, well, just send it to me because he was going to be gone one day.
Right,
Just send it to me. I'll do it. I did it for almost 11 hours.
Oh.
And I went, you know what? It's going to
That's
be audio.
almost, yeah, that's almost like you just
Let it
make,
go.
you know, throw my hands like,
Yeah.
dude, yeah, that would be too much. That would be too much.
I go, it's audio only until we get this figured out.
So what DAW do you guys have? You know what a DAW is? Digital audio workstation. It's
okay.
It's like
The software?
the software for the audio. How you manipulate it. How you, all that. So which one is yours?
We use Movavi.
What's it called?
Movavi.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard of it.
That's what we
Is it
use.
pretty easy?
So simple.
He
Awesome.
He Googled the most user friendly.
Yeah.
So he got.
I love that.
He's
Yes.
got the easiest mixer, and then he got the easiest
Yeah.
software.
Yeah.
That's-
I'm a dummy.
To get but to get things done, bam, that's what you need.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
the bells and whistles are guys that you probably still might not ever use.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what's crazy is that one has so many bells and whistles for being as cheap as it is. It's insane.
Exactly. It's for the working man, and that's why these guys like that will stick around for a long time.
Yeah, and then they've got even to the point where you can buy, like, I bought the YouTube package for $15. So then it gives you,
You see,
all
that's
of the,
what I'm talking
you
about.
can stick all the to go to the next video. You can click this
Oh,
here to do
wow.
it. So I mean, it's got everything on it you need. It's
That
got
is-
the subscribe buttons, the like buttons, and so they pop up on the screen,
Right.
And people can click them and they work.
That is kick-ass,
Yeah, it's
dude.
crazy, man.
Mojave. I know, is it Mojave?
Movavi.
Mojave. I need to check
Movavi.
that out.
Hey, we'll
Yeah.
be able to drop all your information right onto the video when we put
Really?
it
Well,
up.
kick ass.
Yeah,
And it'll,
yeah,
be,
yeah.
and it'll be clickable.
Yeah.
That is kick ass.
Yeah.
I will send you that stuff for sure. For sure. I can't wait to start playing Saturday with Los Roaches, I must say. But I did get used.
We actually got the guy that walked out. He was
Right.
a bouncer in one of the episodes, and the only reason, this is what's weird, my brain fires in weird cylinders, but I was listening to that podcast about a bar fight that happened, and whenever they came back in, someone said, hey, everyone left except Los Roches. They never stopped playing, and you. And I was like, hey, I know the guitars tonight. You need to get him on here.
Well,
Well, I don't know if I remember that show. It's not that we always have fights, but I know, there has been a couple. We do play with some biker guys, and sometimes they might want to throw, but whatever. They're older now. They're older bikers now, so they don't.
they're older.
Yeah, they won't hurt themselves at it, as much.
So what? I'm blank to this. What do y'all play?
We play like.
What's the style? I guess is what
Yeah,
I'm
the
asking.
style is going to be something like our forte, but not well. We play all genres, but we mainly play like Texas blues, Texas
Okay.
rock.
I was thinking Southern rock.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Like
Love
some
it.
ZZ Top, but we do play like Audio Slave and Foo Fighters too.
Hell yeah.
And then we write tunes too. And a couple of my tunes that I wrote with Los Roaches came out in a kick-ass documentary with these three friends of mine that are war vets. Called the Valhalla Club. They're war vets and also wrestlers and MMA fighters.
No shit.
And it's they're a kick-ass crew, and they're jacked. They look like superheroes. It's like, dude, they asked if they said, can we come on your show? It's like, yes, I want to hear about all those roids you take, but they don't take roids. Like, but anyway, whatever the hell they're eating.
They're eating other
Yes,
people.
yeah, perhaps. Those guys are true warriors. They really are true warriors, and they go around. Their thing is supporting other soldiers with PTSD.
Nice.
And that's what the whole documentary is about, and how they cope with their PTSD is with martial arts or wrestling. And they're all three martial artists, and they're all three wrestlers.
What's it called? Do you know what it's
The
called?
Valhalla Club.
That's the name of the documentary?
Yeah, it is called the Valhalla Club, and all the music in there. I did all the music in the documentary. And go
Where's
ahead.
it streamed at? Is it on like YouTube? Is it
You know
on?
what? It came out on. They did some stuff on Comedy Central, which I had no idea they did shows and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, I think they were on Prime. I'm not sure if they still
Oh,
are
shit.
now.
I'm gonna have to look now.
Yeah, and anyway, cool dudes, and it was cool to work with those guys, and what they do for sure.
Nice, man.
I dug it. the Valhalla Club. And then, I try to tell those guys to get a podcast. And you guys are unique. Get one. And they talked about it, but I think they couldn't make it work. So I think they all moved like to San Antonio and wherever. They're all apart from each other.
Yeah.
So, but the wrestlers, they always meet all the time on the weekends. So. It is.
That's actually really cool, man.
It is super cool.
So what are you guys into right now? Anything? Are you guys? I tell you what. Are you guys into the UFC fights?
Absolutely. What do you want to talk about?
This weekend
it's gonna be a banger.
It is, and I gotta miss it. I gotta play this weekend, dude. I'm so disappointed. I can't believe I booked that.
Is it this weekend? It is this weekend. Okay, I was thinking for some reason.
Adesonya's fighting Cannonier.
Yep.
And same thing happened last time. It's gonna be the same thing.
It's gonna be the same thing.
You think so?
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
I think so. Cannonier's he's a beast, but when it comes time to cross that level,
when the lights are on, you can't do it.
Yeah. I don't understand that, but it is what it is,
Man, so it's a banger of a card with Robbie Lawler's on the prelims.
Oh, you ain't kidding.
He's on the prelims.
I cannot believe he was on the prelims, dude. And also I cannot believe that. Let me think. I just lost his name. The guy that the other 185 that is a beast. I can't think. Uriah Hall.
Oh, Uriah. Yeah,
he's on the early prelims.
He's on the early prelims. He's not even on the prelims.
That shows you how stacked that card is.
Stacked to the rafters.
If that guy's in fighting at 5:30, then geez Louise.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a heck of a fight.
Oh, I can't wait.
You know what, dude? What are your thoughts on Adesanya? And actually, I just answered my own question because he just lost Friday, which is Musasi. But I always wanted to see what would happen with Adesanya and Musasi, because Musasi he's been there a long time, but it's nasty at 185.
If you take Gegard at his prime, it would have been amazing.
I agree,
yeah.
But he's not there anymore. But he's a hell of a grappler. Against Adesanya, I think he would probably do almost what he wanted to do.
So I'll tell you this, as far as Adesanya goes, and just my own personal opinion, he's in a very soft. He's in a very soft time for that division.
You aren't kidding. Let me tell you,
he's in a soft time.
There are no beast grapplers at 185.
Nope.
I don't. And there was. The guys like Anderson Silva, that would have been great. That would have been a great. I mean, they did fight, but it wasn't the Anderson that it was. You know what I'm saying? So right now, that he's getting. That's why he's getting a lot of hype on him. He is what he is, and he's Adesanya. He's a kickboxer. And,
he's good for his time.
He is.
He's good for his time.
But right now, the focus is on the smaller guys anyway. All the 135ers and 45ers, because those guys, what you see on TV, like all those cool moves, those guys do that shit.
And that's what's crazy is how, it moves around, because back, you take it back during like Chuck's days and stuff like that. Nobody watched the small guys.
I know, it's 205.
And now everybody watches the small guys.
I know. Yeah. And where we at right now?
It's like a different gear too.
Yeah, it is. But it's rare that it's always one division and then another division that are simultaneously heads up. It's like it's always one.
Yeah.
At one time, and it was doing fairly well, was the heavyweights.
Oh yeah.
We had some stacked division.
Yeah.
But then even when we had
so you had Brock, Mir. Yeah, Frank Mir, you had Brock. At that time, Couture was still in it.
I'm talking about. That's right. That's right. And but for some reason they just fizzled out, and I don't know. Right now we have John Jones. We're waiting for John Jones. We're waiting for I forget his name. The Crow Cop Pants guy.
Crow Cop Pants guy. I lost that one.
The other champion. I forget what his name is.
The guy?
Miocic.
Oh, Miocic.
So we're waiting for John Jones and Miocic to fight. But man, they've just been waiting and waiting. So they've just been giving us the Shuey guy, and they've been giving us I forget his name is. He's just on the tip of my tongue. Greg Hardy. They're giving guys like that, but they're not giving us any superstars.
Well, and so heavyweight's your hardest division, because all those guys that are that big are going to play football.
Adesanya's in, Adesanya's out.
Yeah.
Not Adesanya.
John Jones.
No, Ngannou.
Ngannou.
He's in, he's out. I don't know what the hell he's in.
It's just hard. It's hard to stack that division up, because those guys are playing other sports.
And then out of nowhere comes this kickboxer that has a belt.
Yep.
That nobody ever heard. I can't think what the hell his name is, because he just started fighting. The guy that has the belt right now. No, the guy that beat. That he just beat, that Ngannou just beat. The kickboxer guy.
Oh, Cyril Gahn?
Cyril Gahn. I just heard about that guy maybe about a year ago.
Yeah,
that's about it.
But that's how heavyweight is, man. As soon as they get one, they got to push them because
That's it.
there's nobody.
The well is tapped.
The well's tapped. So,
however, in boxing,
here we go.
That's a different thing.
ball game.
The heavyweights right there. Well, except for Tyson's. I don't know if Tyson's really going to leave. I don't know if Tyson Fury's really going to leave or not. He says he is.
Come
I don't know.
now.
He likes that money.
He likes that money. He ain't going to make that money over there, Jack.
I agree.
Get ready.
But other than that, of course, we still got Deontay. Because I know people talk, Tyson to beat Deontay, but tell you what, Deontay beat everybody else.
I was going to say, and who's beating Deontay besides Tyson?
Exactly. And I think he will sleep Joshua. I know Joshua was so technical, but I think that chin is suspect.
Has a suspect chin.
I agree.
Suspect chin.
I agree with you. So
completely suspect.
But then coming up is going to be Ruiz and Luis.
Yep.
That's the one.
Oh my God!
Every Mexican in the world is going to be watching TV that night. All the taquerias are going to be empty that night. I'm telling you,
man. In the lighter division, though, they finally got it signed. I think it's October, isn't it? Errol Spence and Crawford. Isn't it? It's October or November. I can't remember.
And man.
So who you got? I want to know who you got because
here's the deal. I'm a huge Crawford fan, but I can't just diss Errol. He's from D-Town.
Yeah.
He's undefeated. His last fight he looked. I can't think if he looked the one before. He didn't look that great. Oh, actually, this one he didn't look that great either.
No.
But Crawford, man, Crawford is Crawford.
That's what I'm saying. Telling you, man. I'm the only.
So I'm right down the middle. I can't say one or the other. It's hard to.
At work, I'm the only guy that's got Crawford right now. Everybody's got Spence. I'm like,
you must have forgot. You must have forgot.
Crawford is going to murder this poor kid.
I agree.
I don't think it goes to the decision. I think he knocks him out.
I really want to see, but that's going to be the fight. That's going to be the fight. That's the fight we've been wanting for a long time. You know what? I hate to say it. I don't think Porter was ever in it.
No.
I thought he would have been all right. I don't think he went for that title ever. He never did fight for it. But I don't think I think people were trying to hype Porter up to be one of the top three, but he wasn't. He was never in that fight.
No, and I love the going at what is it?
Sean Porter's a beast, though.
Sean Porter's a man.
He was just not that.
He's not that.
Yeah.
I love watching the Charlo brothers too.
So do I.
I love the Charlo brothers.
I love the way they're what you want in boxing.
Exactly.
They're great for media.
Yep.
Those guys dress badass.
Yep.
They're great at what they do, and one guy has the crown right now.
Yep.
So I mean,
I love the Charlo
brothers. Right now, boxing is so exciting.
I'm telling you, everybody keeps saying boxing is dead. This is the most exciting boxing has ever been. This is the most exciting it's ever been.
10 years ago it was dead.
10 years ago it was dead.
Right now it's different, and there was guys like Deontay and Tyson, the heavyweights, and then of course Canelo. You can't forget Canelo. Canelo and other guys that you can't see boxing without Canelo.
And everybody can kiss my ass on this whole Canelo losing thing. At some point,
there's no theory. I know exactly what happened.
David can't keep going up.
David didn't beat Goliath that day. That's what happened.
Exactly. You can't keep going up like that.
That's it. Kudos to him for taking that chance of going at 205. But you got to remember, this guy fought for Mayweather at 145.
Exactly. That's why
he's a natural 170 or maybe 172, but 205. That's you can't. Come on. No, actually, were they going 200?
That's half a person.
Yeah, that's what I kept telling people. I was like, bro, who's going to fight next? Tyson Fury? I go, goddamn, he can't get any bigger.
Exactly.
He's like,
and another thing, what do you think about him fighting Triple G? Because Triple G's always been toe-to-toe with him. That's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be, people are saying he's going to knock Triple G out. I don't think so.
I don't know that he'll knock him out. I don't think it's going to be as close as the other ones have been.
I haven't been seeing the last Triple G fight. So
Triple G's old. He's old, man. He's old, man.
He is. But you know what?
But he shows up for the...
Canelo's been around... At that level for 10 years.
Yes.
At that level for 10 years is unheard of.
People forget that Canelo's old.
I know.
Because he doesn't act old.
Exactly, dude.
He don't fight old.
Exactly. That's the deal. And he's steadily getting better. He's starting to be... but I tell you one thing about I've always noticed he's starting to get so arrogant that he's taking shots, and that's bad.
Yeah,
especially
at his age.
You can't do that because Tyson at one time was he's my favorite of all time guys. But once you started taking shots, you can't get cocky because they're going to start adding up. And next thing you know, and same thing if guys get like their chin gets gets pushed back. If your chin gets pushed back 1 or 2 times, it's going to be easy every other time.
Yeah, it's easier.
Yeah.
Chuck.
Yes,
Yeah.
Josh.
He went
Yeah.
to sleep
Chuck was
a
unstoppable
couple
till Rashad put him
Isn't
to
it bad
sleep.
that he's always the prime example every time?
He is. Because he's the prime example because when Rashad knocked him out, that was it. His career was over.
That was exactly. That
It was over after that because that chin, you could flick him and he was done.
But who cracked that jaw first, though?
Who, Chuck's? Oh, Rampage.
Rampage cracked that jaw.
He sure did. He loosened it up.
That's it. And after that, and then of course Rashad just did him ugly.
Oh.
And then and then after that, and Heath Jardine wound up beating him, and the decision is like, man, that's not gonna be the same Chuck 3 in a row. Because at first he was Chuck.
Yep.
Forever, and then after that went from one thing to bam, 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 same as Anderson Silva. After that knockout, not leg break, bam, 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 just losing. What kept them in there without getting cut was their stature, was their name.
Yep.
Anderson Silva, Chuck Liddell.
Man, I'll tell you what, man. Father Time touches you on the shoulder overnight.
He wins every time. He wins every time.
Yeah.
He never loses a fight.
He's undefeated, man.
That's right.
Father Time's undefeated, man. They don't
I'm
lose.
telling you,
don't
dude.
lose.
I feel like it's a little bit of psychological too.
Yep.
Like, I mean, yeah. Don't get me wrong. You sustain it. You go out. Makes sense.
I think
But
once
you go a little bit of fear creeps into your head.
I think
too.
when it becomes evident, because whenever
that chink in the armor has been revealed.
yes, whenever I used to play, but this way, I played all the way up till I was 24 years old. Played semi-pro ball.
Yeah.
And I missed my leg up in the fight. I had 2 surgeries from it, so they kind of fixed it. Well, anyway, years went by, and then I was like 35 years old. It's just a simple old work softball tournament. It's like, you want to play? It's like, dude, I'll play. It's like, that's what I did. So I started warming up, and I was doing pretty good. But once I started playing, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
What's going on? My footwork is not there because I don't do footwork every day, or just even a little simple like ground ball is like back then it was all one motion, bam.
Fluids.
Yeah, but after that's like, oh, what's going to happen?
Oh God.
So it does happen, So once it became evident, it's like, oh shit. At time,
But and the sad thing is those fighters, especially those fighters, man, they just that brain just don't let them think that. Outside of Floyd, there ain't nobody that don't go out face down, ass up. That's how it goes.
The sad ones are the ones that you saw just deteriorate in front of you, like guys like James Toney.
Yep, they just hang on too long.
And James Toney should man, it was a beast. Should have never stuck around. Now he talks like mashed potatoes.
James Toney ended his career as a joke, and that guy was
he should have got out of his head.
Yes.
It just the fact that he ended that way. People that saw him at the end of his career don't know what the beginning of his career was, which is sad because he was just such a joke towards the end that if you don't remember the beginning, you're like, God, man, that guy was unstoppable.
How about, and they called him the alien. How about freaks like Bernard Hopkins that fought till he was 52 years old?
52 years old.
I'm 51 right now. It's like, geez Louise.
Yeah, no.
That's a lie. He just no way he did that, but he did that.
I'm 41 and I'm to the buy a beer stage. If we bump into each other in the bar, I'm buying your beer. I'm not fighting.
I'm telling you, dude, but
not
man,
fighting.
and he was a craftsman up to the very end.
Yeah.
A craftsman. He was the master of what he was doing. He wouldn't make those 25-year-olds look like chumps. But
Fundamentals, man.
Yes. He was great at that chessboard. It was
surgical.
Yes, exactly. That's what it was. And those guys can never match the rounds that he put in. That's one thing you can never do. He put
the amount of gas he had in the tank was unlimited.
He probably started at 10 years old ish. So we're saying 42 years of just years of knowledge. Guys like that would never. It took power to kill him. But anyway.
Yeah.
But
so. All right, I can't believe I'm even bringing this up.
Oh, come on!
All right,
you got someone to talk shop with. Do it.
I know, but it's just this one's a tough one. So
okay.
What do we do with the Paul brothers?
Oh,
are they good or bad?
You know what? They're good for the sport because they're bringing new eyes on it.
Exactly. I think the same thing.
As far as
you
good
gotta take them for what they are.
As far as good or bad, I believe Jake Paul's good. I believe Logan has. He's all right. He hasn't got obviously he has horrible form, but he's good for exhibitions.
Yeah.
So
Hey, man,
it is what it is.
They
Jake can
put
box.
asses in the seats.
No, yes, for sure.
Jake can box. That's
Yes,
the crazy thing. I mean, he ain't no world beater.
No.
But he can box.
And he's
He'd beat my ass for
hell
sure.
of a promoter.
Oh, yeah.
Hell of a promoter. You
Yeah.
know? So for sure, no respect to those dudes for sure.
I you know what? I was the biggest Jake Paul hater whenever he came into this. I was like, I hope this guy gets his ass beat. And now I'm half-ass rooting for him. I'm like, how did this happen? How did I become a Jake Paul fan?
I'm just watching.
He
That's
grew
it.
on you. He grew
I'm
on
just
you.
and now he's gonna fight Fury's brother,
Yeah,
Tommy Fury.
fighting Tommy on the 6th.
So you know that's gonna really determine where he's at. And then Tommy's not a great fighter, but but if he beats him. I mean, he beat a legitimate fighter,
he beat a boxer
champion
at his level.
Yes,
which is what everybody wants to see.
And you can't say anything about it was a camp because he's got Tommy, his dad.
Yeah,
Tommy as a coach, and his brother's a heavyweight champion.
Yeah,
those are great coaches. So if he doesn't win,
he doesn't have an excuse.
Exactly.
So he has all the resources to show up.
And he's a gazillionaire. Come on, he's got the best gyms.
You got the
all
equipment.
The best,
you got the trainers. You got the resources, you got
That's
the experience.
He's just you know what? I give
Paul
it to
shows
Tommy. Tommy's too fucking handsome to be boxing.
Yep. Stick to Love Island, Bubba. Stick to Love Island.
He obviously looks like a movie star.
Stick to Love Island is all I can tell you.
He's probably, honestly, dude, the most handsome boxer ever existed. He is. What are you doing in there? But he's in there, though.
That's what drives me crazy is he goes on these dating shows and sleeps with half the cast, and he's like, I want to box. I'm like, why? Did you see those bangers that were on that show?
The life you're living now.
Yeah, that's
boxers
the life.
And he's never going to be poor because his dad they're royalty.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be poor, but he wants to do it. So kudos to him for doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
So most guys.
You got a passion for it, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah,
most guys box to get to the point that they can go on the reality show and sleep with all the chicks.
I guess if
you sleep with all the chicks and then want to go box, are you insane?
If he can say that, he can also say that about Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Yeah.
Same thing too. I tell you what. I tell you what. One thing about him, there's so many mixed feelings about him. He's in the spot though to where he doesn't really give a damn anymore. Why is he doing it?
So this is my whole thing with Cesar Chavez with Junior. This is my whole thing with Junior. So his dad.
He's trying to impress his dad.
There's no boxer. You're not going to find a boxer out there that came from satin sheets, Bubba.
Nuh-uh.
And that kid grew up in satin sheets.
He did.
And you cannot. You're not going to.
His dad
didn't grow up like that.
His dad had 100.
Prove he's tough.
His dad had 150 something fights.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's
You know
what I'm saying, man.
It's a lot of money in each one of those. He didn't have to do it.
No, so you take even take Connor's kid or Anderson Silva's kid, or
They're
not
never
going to be great.
They're not,
because they grew up different.
It's not there.
It's not there. They're not fighting because they're hungry.
That's
Yeah.
right.
They're not fighting because they're hungry.
But I think only
that passion pushes you farther than money can.
Oh, for sure.
That's where great fighters are born.
But you know what? I don't think that that's the exact formula for NFL players.
No,
Because I think the Manning name.
Yeah,
that means a lot. And
it
right
opens
now,
doors.
And right now, Texas just got a Manning.
Yep. Arch Manning.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, I believe that's going to be a fucking badass thing.
Oh yeah. And football's different just because that name opens doors for you.
For sure.
So you get the best trainers.
But
you
they're
get the best.
and they're undeniable though.
Yeah.
How about Vitor's son?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what's his name? Not Belichick. Excuse me. The other egomaniac guy from Nebraska. Not Alabama.
Nick Saban.
Saban already got his ass.
Yeah.
He already got it. He's 16 years old. You can't do that. Oh, you can do that.
Yes, you can. You can do that.
Crazy,
you absolutely can do that.
But anyway, but that's crazy. His dad, obviously, a UFC champion.
Mm-hmm.
Apples and oranges, totally apples and oranges, but still, he has champion genes. Isn't that crazy how that worked like that? So, I don't know. Like I said, it doesn't work like that in fighting, though.
It does not work like that in fighting. I'm telling you, man. You don't wake, and you can clearly see it even with a guy like Connor. You can clearly see that once he got that money, you don't wake up with that much money every day and go, God damn, I want to go get punched in the face. You don't wake up like that. You wake up whenever you're getting a welfare check and you go, I'll go get punched in the face. Like, whenever to get out of this.
When we were little kids, we had a junior boxing league at school.
Yeah.
And
Where'd you go to school?
in Marlin.
Really?
Yes, I've always been a boxing fan.
I didn't know that.
I never did it, but I just did like school stuff, and I always liked to train, and I was never good at anything. I just did it because I just love sports. But when we were kids, we did it, and we got punched in the face, and we didn't care because we were just kids.
Yeah.
They were probably like maybe 16-ounce gloves, and it wasn't hurting that hard. It wasn't because only a kid can only throw so hard. Now we fought again, and junior high. Those punches started hurting a little bit more.
I got a little sting to them.
Yeah, I was like, okay. So I knew early in life, like, that's not what I want to do. And I like to go mess around in them, but my love was always guitar and baseball. But I always been a boxing fan for sure. I tried it. Let me tell you, and I kind of tried it, and that shit was rough.
Oh, man, I wanted to do it when I was a kid, and I walked into one place that had like boxing going on, and I'm telling you, man, I grew up. I've told people on this podcast before, I grew up wanting for nothing. My parents weren't loaded, but I grew up in middle class.
Okay, got you.
Didn't want for nothing.
It was
born on third base.
Sure.
This is the way it is,
Right.
And I walked into that place and saw some of those bitches. I go, I didn't grow up here.
Yeah, no.
I didn't grow up this way. Like, I'm gonna get out of here.
Exactly.
This ain't for this white boy. I can tell you this right now.
It's a different culture.
Yeah,
and Waco,
it's like a different. It's a completely
it's a different environment, man.
It is,
all together.
And I've interviewed a bunch of those guys, and I got to tell you what, there's one person who is the exception, who I'll talk about here in a minute, who was not born that way, but every other one they were all born that way. But you know what we had Olympic athletes from Waco.
Yeah.
We had guys that made it, fought for Bellator, fought for the UFC Contender Series, straight out of Waco, and they're still. They're just the gyms right now are getting bigger and better right here in Waco.
Yeah,
and I guarantee you we're
know
going to
who
get.
you're talking about.
And I don't know if anybody else knows. People Google this. People not Google this. They used to put it as a meme. But there was a meme of this dude with red, blue, and white hair. Red, I don't know why I said that order. It's supposed to be red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
But anyway, red, white, and blue hair. And the Japanese guy kissed him and he knocked him out. That dude was from Waco.
Yeah, Heath Herring.
That dude was from Waco. And I'm telling you, Waco has some martial arts that are legit.
Yeah.
And the one I tell you about, the one that's opposite is I forgot her name. Haley Cowan.
Yeah,
and
she's a good way.
Yeah, and she's went to Baylor, but
she's an LFA, right? I think she's still an LFA.
She is an LFA.
Yeah,
and she's about to go fight in August for the Contender Series in UFC. And she's got the looks, but she's got this skill. Only one loss, and let me tell you, I challenge any girl that has that core she has.
Oh my God!
She was a gymnast, and let me tell you, to do that,
God. And it looks like a core.
Those guys and those girls in the UFC have got great cores, but I can tell you, Haley's up there with them.
Yeah.
So she's got pretty good fighting skills. They got a great camp out of Waco at the Blitz MMA. Great coaches. They're all brothers. I believe the last name is Brennan's. But anyway, so we'll see what she does. I think I dropped my water.
She was supposed to. She was actually supposed to fight in that Contender Series earlier, but she got hurt.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, she got hurt, and because she was supposed to do LFA, the last LFA that was in Belton,
right?
And then which was last year sometime, and then she was supposed to be on the Contender Series directly after that.
Okay.
She got hurt, didn't get to fight in that fight, and then she's just now getting back. I think it was a knee.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's the bad one.
Yep.
But right now
sympathy.
It is.
But
with modern technology right now, dude, I'm telling you,
she's gonna be all right.
I've heard people say, like a torn, because I had a torn meniscus, had the ACL, MCL, all those just torn and redone ish.
Yeah,
ish. But right now, if I were to do it right now, they'd knock it out. It'd be nothing anymore.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
They actually say now it'll come back strong.
Because that was career ending back in the old days. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, whatever I did, and but man, that's crazy right now. And stem cell research. So,
as someone who's recovering from a pretty big surgery myself, I can say that they're on a whole nother level in the medical field.
Dude. I'm telling you, dude.
I had a guy on the left and the right of me today while I was in physical therapy.
Right.
Complete shoulder reconstruction.
Wow.
And I'm just overhearing, and these doctors are like, oh, it'll be better than than your other one.
That's what they say about knees now. They say that like if,
these guys are like in their 40s and 50s.
Wow.
Like, and they're like, are you serious? They're like, oh, as long as you do everything you're supposed to do on this regiment, you won't have a single problem.
That's what they say about knees now. They're like, if they, because I thought it was going to be my sister-in-law, wound up being another girl, but I thought it was going to be my sister-in-law. She tore her leg or tore her knee,
right?
And when the doctors got done, they were like, it's going to be stronger than what you had before.
Wow.
Like, it's actually going to be a better knee.
Wow,
like that's insane.
That is insane, dude.
It's insane.
I just look at my shoulders like in the mirror now. This one, even though I can't do anything yet, it's meatier, like it's more well put together. Like if I hold both my arms out, this one is like looks thin and scrawny compared to this one.
Oh wow,
they did great work.
Wow, brother, I had no idea you had that surgery, brother.
Yeah.
Well, how'd you heard it? Just working it, or just
I just
over time?
Something heavy was falling on me, and I put my arm up. It blew my shoulder out the back.
Oh, brother, gosh, Lee,
and detached my bicep a little bit.
Oh. I heard that detached bicep is ridiculous.
I mean, I didn't realize how much pain I was in. I was
he must have some great meds.
Yeah, well, no, it wasn't that. I guess I got used to it. But then, because I put it off, and then I went in, and they were like, oh, are you hurting? I'm like, I don't know. And then they moved my arm around, and they're like, oh, well, I mean, you need surgery. Well, okay. And then I went in, and I came out, and they were like, you had the most surgery today. Like, yeah.
Well, speaking of the medical field, how hard is it to become one of those people that do X-rays? Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
I had knee surgery done a couple years ago. Before that, I had a knee replacement surgery the old school way with screws and all that. And anyway, went back for surgery again. And this dude with the X-ray goes, did you surgery hurt your knee before? I was like, fuck yeah, why? Because there's a screw in the kneecap. It goes,
yeah, what else would it be, dude?
Don't you think that the doctor would have told you, like, hey, this guy has a...
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, obviously, yes. Not to mention there's a huge scar right in front of it, but whatever. I was like, I should have been one of those fucking X-ray dudes, whatever.
I feel like a technician is like 2 years, maybe 4.
Yeah, so my aunt, she was one, and she did the 2-year thing, but then to actually read them, you have to go like for a while.
But she would know.
She would know there was a
kneecap, and this guy didn't report it.
Yeah, I think she would. I don't think she would think mob hit if it was
Is it still in there?
It's still in there, brother. Oh. It's still in there. Heck yes, I know it. They decided to leave it in there, but you know what? It goes out on me once in a while, but anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. Just don't let it get too cold.
Well, I guess I have to cut it short. Is that cool, fellas?
Yes, sir. Do you need to go?
I do. I'm gonna. My wife is in town.
Go for it.
And I'm gonna spend some time with her. She's a merchandiser. She gone 5 days a week all the time.
Yes, sir. Those guys are gone all the time.
And so
girls were guys. Sorry.
So I
people.
I also have a recording studio, the Shack Studio, everybody. I have a recording studio, and sometimes it's hard to really see her, so I think we're going to hang out. Maybe probably just talk and watch, what's that show she watches?
The Stories.
90 Day Fiancé.
Oh, my God.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. I started getting hooked on it. So
oh, my God, you did it. Don't fall for it.
But not
it's
this season. Actually, what I'm watching right now, and I can't wait when they always come out. I'm a big fan. Right now, it's not the Moonshiners, but right now it's Alone. I was a big fan of Alone.
Alone is so good.
That's it.
It's so good.
So are you watching the new one right now?
No, I have not started it. I wait till it gets kind of closer towards the end of the season because I like to binge it.
My dumb ass can't wait. And then now I'm toward like I can't wait till Thursday.
The only one I can't wait, I've tried, and the only one I can't wait is Yellowstone. I can't wait on Yellowstone.
Okay,
I have to watch it.
I did the same thing what you did. I watched it, and I ignore everybody their comments on Facebook anyway. Right. So
you have to.
Yeah. So anyway, it was over, and I just realized, hey, it's on. I have a couple of streaming things.
Yeah, the Paramount Plus.
It's on. I haven't got Paramount. I've got a. It's got to be Peacock or one of the anyway. But anyway, so I started watching it. It was pretty good, but I was very disappointed in the ending.
What, Yellowstone?
And yes.
Oh, okay.
And not to mention the son the whatever son, the adopted son.
Yeah.
He's got to be the worst actor in the whole series. Am I lying or what?
He's one of my favorite characters.
He is so like, dude. He is so. It's like, dude. He almost like he has like an illness, but he does. It's like, what's going on with you? You're so constipated or deprived of water or something. I don't know. He's so stiff.
The one I can't stand is that goddamn Rip. I can't stand that dude, man. I hate
favorite.
him.
You hate
him. He is.
I hate him, man.
He is.
There's a point where you're too manly. It's like, all right, somebody's gonna kick your ass, dude.
Let me tell you. I don't know. You probably too young to know what jump the shark means.
Yeah, jump the shark.
But I think that man jumped the shark whenever he dug up his ex-wife to tell her that he was going to get married. Come on, we could have done without that. You could even say, you know what? He could even just like said, you know what? Here's what I did today, without even showing it. They showed him dig up his wife's grass. Like, oh, she looked like just horrible makeup. She looked like a zombie. Yeah. I could have done without that, but whatever. I don't know. So the 5th season is coming out, right?
Yes, November.
In November, okay. So I need to watch it. You know what? I can't do that though. I can't just like I did that with the loan, and I'm already getting antsy about watching. Yep. So I don't want to do that. You know, I damn near did that with the Sopranos back in the 90s.
Oh, you speaking my language,
right?
Brother.
I'm telling you, brother. But dude.
Oh man!
I want to thank you guys for having me for sure.
Yes, sir.
I think it was a fun experience, and I love doing these. I love doing them with different people. So, you ever want to holler back at me for sure? Holler back, and I'll have you guys on for sure.
Absolutely,
I dig it, and I do all mine live. It's more fun that way.
Yeah,
and we'll talk about everything from podcasting to whatever we want to talk about.
We'll show up anytime you're ready, Bubba.
Yep.
I dig it, fellas. Thank you, my friend.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jordan.
Hey, it was good seeing you.
Is that it?
No, you can keep talking. Plug your stuff.
Yeah, real quick.
Plug your stuff.
Los Roaches at the Caribbean Oasis Saturday, and then the other Saturday is going to be at Mayberry's Tavern, and the Friday after that is going to be at the Backyard. Y'all know that place. Check us out, Los Roaches. Check out my podcast on Wednesday nights, broke down at the Shack, and the next week, starting next Wednesday, I'm going to start doing 2 guitars and a mic on Wednesday, and maybe broke down on Tuesday. I don't know yet, but
it's going to happen.
Tuesday and Thursdays I'll do them, and I'll put them out the next day. So,
what do you stream them on? YouTube?
I'm doing YouTube. Well, I'm going to start doing them on. I do them on YouTube now. I'm going to start doing Apple iTunes, and Spotify, and all that good stuff like that. So, and anyway, I love doing it, and that's what I'm going to do. So,
well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, brothers.
Thank you.
Peace out. Peace out.